Something in my throat. Excuse me. What's up, brothers and sisters? I'm going to keep it short, as I always try to do. I want to talk a little bit about the first teachers, or the first teacher of the child is who? The mother. This is a problem that we're having a lot of problems with in our community. I got an inbox. Why you always talking about, why you don't talk about other communities? I got an inbox on that shit. This is why I don't talk about other communities. I don't talk about other communities because other communities are not my concern. If other communities are a concern, then maybe other people should put out their own videos and talk about their own community. Other than that, I really don't care because it's not my problem when my community has enough issues as it is. Now, in saying that, let me continue. The first teacher of the child is the mother. When you have young boys, that turn into teenagers and young men, but still reading at a fourth grade level, what does that say? Somebody's not doing their job. It's not about the schools. Can't always put it on the schools. See, you send your kid to school, what is it, 6, 8 hours a day, whatever it is. The kid come home, you check his homework. If you're a mom, if you're a dad, are you making them sit down in front of you and read the basics of anything? See, this is the thing that we need to do. You see this? We need to start uniting the original family. That's what we need to start doing. This is the final call. We need to start uniting the family, the original family. But see, the problem is nowadays, families are growing up. The parents are putting. See, I won't say the mother, but pretty much we are talking about the mother. But the parents, remember, the mother's the first teacher of the child. Anyway, the parents are putting out kids, men and girls. We'll start with the young men. Reading at a fourth grade education. If you have a child that can't read, not only what's in this paper, but can't read the title of this paper. My man dropped that off for me today. He always come on like clockwork every Sunday. And can't read that title, something is wrong. And that falls on both parents. Don't just fall on the mother, but the mother is the first teacher of the child. And the other problem that we're having, this is what women who don't have or don't want a black man, because black men, like they say, which is bullshit, we're lazy, we don't do this, we don't make enough money, we don't take care of our families, which is a lie, because it was a black man that was taking care of the family way before many other families. And we were high level in doing so until all this county money started rolling in, and a woman started getting a couple of dollars and some food stamps, living off the government. I don't need a man because I'm getting food stamps, having more kids and kicking the man out, or just having kids just to get more bigger paychecks, more county money, more food stamps. That's what was happening. Clinton came in and tried to shut a lot of that shit down. Whether or not he did, I don't know. Because see, I worked and took care of my family. My kids didn't grow up on social assistance. You're constantly hearing, a man can't do this for me. I don't want a man that don't have who has a regular job, 6-figure income. These are the females that are growing up. See, this is becoming, remember, the first teacher of the child is who? The mother. And every time the mother gets into it with the man, and then she spews out all that hatred onto the man because she chose him. She chose him. And then the next thing you know, you have these kids that are growing up in the social media social media network, and they're seeing all of this because you think the kids ain't seeing this stuff. They're seeing exactly what you do. That goes for the men as well as the women. More so the women because you're the first teacher of the child. You are filling up your child with hatred towards you, and sometimes you alone. And you may be the only parent, but they don't hate that parent that may not be in the house. They hate you, the mother, because you're constantly speaking bad on their father. Maybe they know their father, maybe they don't, but you're constantly speaking bad on the father. And if she's a female, you're speaking bad on men as well as her father. So you're just putting all this stuff in the atmosphere. And then she grows up to become a woman like you. And she's got so much bitterness, hatred in her, she's going to be just like you. And this is the society that we as black people are putting in the atmosphere. And the world sees it. They see how you dislike your own man. If you ever thought maybe you don't know how to deal with your man, maybe you don't know how to deal with dating, period, or knowing how to choose a man. Because see, this is a problem where you hear, I get tired. These are terms that I fucking hate. You got so many people want to be what? Content creators. Be one. But please leave that fucking label out. What's the other one? Get in the bag. Get the bag. But leave that term out of it. Because see, this is what your kids are seeing. Content creators. Get in the bag. They're seeing all of this stuff. And in the meantime, they can't even read the Final Call newspaper. You're teaching your kids how to get money and not become people and how to deal with people. That's why relationships in the black community are just falling straight to the ground. You may believe you can believe it or you don't have to. I don't care one way or the other. This is what's there. You can't, and what's the other term? I want to be a high volume person. How can you be a high volume person when you don't even know how to be a person? What is a high volume person? You think because you make a lot of money? No, that ain't it. You gotta know how to be a good person. And you can make some money. People will be happy to buy your product, be happy to buy your service, whatever. But when you have such a shitty attitude and all you know is money, look at the black community. We got a bunch of so-called high value people, and they're not. A bunch of content creators, but the kids, they're raising kids that ain't worth a damn. You don't put the time into your kids. If you put more time into your kids and then instead of being your so-called content creators and teach your children how to properly read, this is geared toward what? 9th grade level. If you're a grown-up and you can't read this cover, if you're a grown-up and can't read this paper, something wrong with you. Your parents didn't do the job, not the school. It's your parents. Not the school. Don't blame the school. I wanted to get all this stuff out within this 10 minutes. Because you know what? I don't really like doing lives anymore. I just don't have the time to sit in front of a mic and do a bunch of chatting. So I put it out and boop, and post it on all my platforms and say what I had to say. The truth is what it is. That's why. Why lie when the truth will do? The mother is the first teacher of the child. Look at the job that's being done. Of course, not everybody. You see, in my family, I got a bunch of bachelor degrees, bachelor of science, AA degrees, master degrees, PhDs in my family. I've seen it, and a lot of these are the females. I've seen these educations. I've seen them, and they're successful people. My daughter has her master's degree. My ex-wife, my first wife, my second wife. May she rest in peace. So I done seen all these degrees and all these successful women. That's why when I hear these women talking, they ain't really saying nothing. I've already seen it and still see it.